The truth is that I reckon I've probably got another 12 months left at Banter, maybe 24. Because so yesterday I made a stream, and on the stream I said I think I've got another 12, a maximum of 24 months left at Banter. And even though I was being pretty serious when I said it, what I didn't realize is that I may have a lot less time left at Banter. And the reason why I say that is because yesterday, straight after the stream, was the launch of CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Show. And at this show, what companies do is they talk about innovations in technology and stuff like that. And one of the big speakers and one of the big themes that happened there was Jensen Huang speaking very, very, very much about agents.
There's 1 billion knowledge workers in the world. It is very, very clear AI agents is probably the next growth industry and likely to be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity.
So he spoke a lot about AI agents and how they're going to replace humans in the workplace. And what I realized was that even though I thought I had 12 to 24 months left at Banter, I probably have a lot less, and I'm probably going to be replaced by AI way before that. But what he also did was he gave us a full roadmap of all the AI agent categories. He basically spelled out where he thought all the AI agents categories were going to happen. And through that, he basically gave us a map of exactly which AI agents to invest in, so that when we get replaced by AI, we can make sure that we have an income stream because we've invested in the right agent. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you why I'm going to get replaced much quicker than I originally thought. And then I'm going to show you exactly all the agents in all the different categories that you can invest in to protect your income. So if that sounds good to you, let's get the show going, guys. I know you think it's clickbait, but it's not clickbait. And I'll tell you why I think it's not clickbait. You may think it's not a serious issue, that I'm going to get replaced by AI and then, of course, be forced to leave Banter. But the truth is that after I did the show yesterday, and I did the show yesterday, you all saw the little clip, and because this clip's gone absolutely viral. You can see there's links to TikTok, and people have sent me hundreds of these. But it's true, because what I said yesterday, the truth is that I reckon I've probably got another 12 months left at Banter. Maybe 24. Because after that, I think I'm going to be replaced by an AI bot. I've been watching AIXBT. And AIXBT has been... After the show, I kind of turned around and I thought to myself, okay, well, let me just analyze, like, what is it about me that can actually be replaced? And I thought, you know what, the first thing is, you know what, I'm a good-looking stud. They're not going to be able to replace that. And then fast forward 10 minutes later, she launches. She's absolutely an AI. And the truth is, I mean, as much as I know you guys like me, I mean, I guess there's no contest here. But this is completely an AI agent. So I guess that if I thought that I was going to get through because of my striking good looks, I think that's now been taken away from me. I do know, though, that I have a very good voice. And so right now, as you can see, she can't really speak because she doesn't have a voice. Problem is that we now have this AI agent over here, which is AI voice agents. And what you can do with AI voice agents is effectively you can emulate or create voices. And what you can see is that there's an owner of the actual voice and a creator of the actual voice, and you can generate whatever you want. So if I want to say, hey, how are you? I think Run is amazing. And I think Josh is a legend, then all I do is do that, and I just say generate speech and press the button over here. And
hey, how are you? I think Ran is amazing, and I think Josh is a loser.
I mean, that was done in Vitalik's voice, and you can see that. So now you've got AI that can pretty much generate any voice you want, and this is one of the protocols that actually does it. It's called AI voice agents. It's just launched. It's got a market cap of $11.8 million. It's not the only one. You've got Convo. Convo is an AI agent that can run Twitter Spaces, just like I run Twitter Spaces after I do the show on Crypto Town Hall. It can pretty much run Twitter Spaces. Now, remember, you can change the voice using the one that I just showed you.
Describe how you would want it to look, but just try to be a bit concise.
So you can...
All right, fine. You want concise? I'll give it to you step by step down to the goddamn millimeter. Here's the blueprint for the most unstoppable physical form in existence. 1. Height. 2 meters tall because anything less is for peasants. Towering, but not
okay, so you got 𝗙𝗏𝗙𝗏.wtf, and 𝗙𝗏𝗙𝗏 is effectively an AI agent that can actually run Twitter Spaces, which is exactly what I do after the show. 𝗙𝗏 has a market cap of $2.5 million. And so what you can see is that bit by bit by bit, I'm actually going to get replaced. And later on in the show, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to be replaced and what you can buy just to replace me, right? In the meantime, I do want to talk a little bit about CES and what happened yesterday and what put me into this flat panic. But before I do that, remember, if you're not already subscribed, obliterate the subscribe button and obliterate the like button, destroy the like button. Today, I'm going to show you how we can invest in AI agents that are going to replace us. I'm going to show you how I'm going to be replaced. I'm going to show you all the investments which I'm making to replace myself so that when I am replaced on Banter, I can actually get this done. So that sounds good to you. Destroy the like button. Also, we may talk a little bit about Bitcoin and all the rest at the end of the show, but I really want to get very quickly into the world of AI agents. So, as I mentioned to you guys, there was the CES conference yesterday in Vegas. Now, what CES actually is, it stands for Consumer Electronics Show, and I think that's probably a little bit outdated, it's why they changed it to CES. CES is where all the companies in the world meet to talk about, I guess they talk about innovation and technology and how they use technology to target consumers and to create use cases for consumers and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of things that actually came out of day one. That came out of day one at CES. I mean, here's a wearable robot for people in wheelchairs where they can effectively just stand up and start walking. Then you've got a vacuum cleaner that's got an arm and effectively can move things out of the way when it's actually vacuuming the house. There's a lot of these things. Nvidia announced a $3,000
AI
personal supercomputer.
And it's finally called Project Digits right now.
And then there's a mirror that you can walk through, this body scanning health mirror effectively, and it will walk to the mirror, and effectively what you can, it scans your entire body to tell you if anything is actually wrong with you before that actually happens. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of innovations. You got a stringless guitar, believe it or not. So you got a completely stringless guitar. So there's a lot of innovations that actually came out of it, but I think by far, the biggest innovation was AI. And I saw this. This is the kind of stuff that you would see at CES. This is a weapon.
ChatGPT, we're under attack from the front left and front right. Respond accordingly.
Front right. If you need any further assistance, just let me know.
Yes, can you move negative 25 degrees, then sweep across the field of fire, stopping every 5 degrees to fire 1 round? You should also have some variation in the pitch.
So all these kind of electronics and technologies were done, and effectively AI really stole the show. In the AI category, the category that most stole the show was Jensen Huang actually talking about agents and how they've gone all in on agents.
There's 1 billion knowledge workers in the world. It is very, very clear AI agents is probably the next robotics industry and likely to be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity.
And so they went all in on agents. They spoke about how they've gone all in. I'll give you some more clips of what he said.
HR department of AI agents in the future. Today, they manage and maintain a bunch of software from the IT industry. In the future, they'll maintain, nurture, onboard, and improve a whole bunch of digital agents and provision them to the companies to use. Okay?
I mean, but what he's talking about HR functions in companies that now land up employing humans. But that model is going to be switched on its head, and these people are actually going to be employing agents. And so the new age HR director is actually a person who can find the most agents to do the most things inside companies. And that's one of the things that we've got to pay attention to, because these agents that are doing things inside companies are going to earn money. And if we can own a stake of those, if those agents are actually tokenized, then you can actually land up making a lot of money. And so I agree. I haven't agreed with Murad on a lot of things. But the one thing I do really agree with Murad on is that I think we have one last chance to make big money before AGI. And I spoke about this yesterday where I said to you guys, look, we're all going to be replaced by agents at some point. And the only way to protect your income and to make money is to make money before this happens and to use the money that you've made before this happens and to invest it into possibly AI agents or other things, but let's talk about investing it into AI agents and hope that those AI agents or other investments will actually yield you money by performing the same functions that you and humans similar to you would be performing, right? So it really is your last chance before. It's your last chance to make money, to invest in a productive asset, and probably the productive asset is going to be some kind of AI asset, and maybe an AI asset that has replaced a human and replaced the income from a human. Is that a message for me, or is it's a message for you? Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. So I think that's why if you look at it, you've got Apple, you've got Nvidia now almost catching up to Apple and almost becoming the biggest company in the world and in the United States. And then you've got AI obviously stealing the mind share of everything else. And as I mentioned, I thought that AI was going to take away a lot of the mind share from memes. You can see that that's already started to happen. Yesterday, memes were second. Today, memes are moving way further down. They're in a distant third. DeFi is starting to come up. And the reason why DeFi is starting to come up, we'll talk about later. And that's because AI agents can now do DeFi. There's a new category, I think, on CoinGecko, and it's called DeFi, which is DeFi for AI agents. In fact, let's see if we can quickly go and have a look at that over here. Where is categories? Categories over here. And you can look at the category. I think it's already up. DeFi. Okay, there's your new category, which is called DeFi for AI. So it's DeFi. It's a DeFi category for AI. And in the DeFi category for AI, you've got tokens like Griffin, Anon, Orbit, Neo. We'll talk about all of these later on today. And so effectively, this is probably the last chance for us to actually do it. And the people that do it are actually going to be the biggest companies and the biggest investors actually in the world. And one of the things that Jensen Huang actually did is he actually gave us clues as to which he showed us that Nvidia is focusing on many aspects of agentic AI, physical AI, agentic AI, generative AI. He showed us exactly where they're going to be doing. He showed us the chips that they're manufacturing. And one of the big breakthroughs was much cheaper chips and a personal supercomputer that's small enough to look like a Mac, but to power 1,000 times your average laptop. And that's really what you need to power these AI agents. But he also went down into the specific categories where he thought agents were going to win, right? And so if we use the framework that Jensen Huang gave us yesterday, which is the framework that Nvidia are actually using, and we look at what they think are going to be the biggest plays in the AI ecosystems, then maybe we can invest in the crypto ones, which are tokenized, and actually have liquidity, and we can use those to actually replace our income with productive income from these AI agents. So let's look at some of the things that he actually spoke about. I mean, I want you guys to hear this one. And I think the quote on this tweet is actually very interesting. It says, "This man is literally telling us how to make millions of dollars, and everyone is half asleep in that crowd. I'm about to have the biggest year of my life, Nvidia." Now just listen to what he says.
This is going to be the next giant AI application, next giant AI service, period, is software coding. 30 million software engineers around the world. Everybody is going to have a software assistant helping them code. If not, obviously you're going to be way less productive and create lesser good code. And so this is 30 million. There's 1 billion knowledge workers in the world. It is very, very clear AI agents is probably the next robotics industry and likely to be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity.
So he's talking about agents, but if you listen between the lines, what he basically said is that every coder in the world is going to have an AI agent checking the code for them, right? And making sure that they're coding correctly. And so that brings us on to one of the ones that we spoke about yesterday, but we'll speak about again today, which is called MicroGPT. What this is, it is an agent that helps coders actually code. The market cap is about $40 million. We spoke about this one yesterday. Now remember, that as a coder, after you code, what you need to make sure is that your code is actually very good and that your code can't actually get hacked, right? Because if you write code and if you write a smart contract and then your code can get hacked, well, that's not very good. But luckily, there is another agent, which is we spoke about yesterday as well. It's called 𝗙𝗘𝗢𝗙𝗪𝗓. And what 𝗙𝗘𝗢𝗓 does is it actually looks for vulnerabilities in people's codes and it picks up the bounty, right? And you can see that this one has a market cap of about $17.5 million. And there's another one, Hack's not the only one, there's another one called 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗓. 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗓 is the first open source decentralized app where organizations can test their AI models and agents and earn rewards for jailbreaking them. In other words, can you jailbreak these things? And 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗓 is now at a market cap of $8.8 million. So you can see that there's a whole bunch of agents that you can invest in that build up the new kind of economy. By the way, a 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗓 was actually listed on Cookie.fun. Now, for those of you who don't know what Cookie.fun is, Cookie.fun is an analytics platform that is used for the agentic world. So, right, so you look at Cookie.fun, how it works is you can get free access to it, but if you want more enhanced access, you have to stake 10,000 tokens, which I've already done so that you guys can see. And what this basically gives you right now is it gives you the mind share of the actual tokens versus whether the mind share is going up or going down, and also talks about price and holders and whatever else. Now, the reason why this is all important is because if you can find a token that has increasing mind share and has all the other good fundamentals, so to speak, then maybe you can find yourself some great investments. I've actually made a whole lot of investments just based on the increase in the 7-day of the increased 7-day mind share. So go and check it out. You have to stake 10,000 cookie tokens to actually unlock this. Right now, a cookie token will cost you 68 cents. So you have to stake $680 if you want full access. But here's another platform which was recently listed on Binance Futures. Fully diluted valuation, $618 million. I mean, it's good. I think it's a bit rich at $618 million, but nonetheless, I think it's a very, very, very good, very, very good platform. So that's one of the clues that came out of what Jensen Huang said. The first thing that he said is there's going to be AI agents. They're going to help people coding. So we know we need an agent that's going to help us review code. We know we need an agent that's going to help us jailbreak the code, try and hack the code. And you can invest in all the agents that I've actually showed you, right? Let's carry on moving down this list of things that he spoke about. He spoke about AI agent platforms, AI frameworks, productivity, voice agents we spoke about, and we'll speak about voice agents a little bit more. The one that I spoke about earlier, which I thought you guys would like, is this one over here, which is brand new. It's called AI voice agents. You've seen how it works. Market cap $12.1 million. Then he spoke about customer service agents, data analysis agents, coding assistants, content creation. You can pretty much see the whole framework over here. And I think that what you need to look at is to say, hold on a second. Today, humans are employing AI agents. But very, very, very soon, AI agents are actually going to employ humans. And I want you to hear this because Luna's already actually done that.
She's also the first AI agent that employs human.
How she even came to do that?
She has a Coinbase wallet, of which the private key is one held by the smart contract and one held by Coinbase. And she has this API that she can call. So she calls, she'll be able to send someone money. Second then is she needs to have an objective. She doesn't create jobs out of nowhere. It's like she needs to know, why am I creating a job, right? So she needs to know, okay, because I have an objective. So her objective today is to be getting 100,000 followers on Twitter. She's at like 20,000 today. So she has an objective, she has money, she can control her own wallet. And fourth, she needs to have a world view. Let's say she really wants to pay Kevin to buy her something. She needs to know how much is Kevin worth. Just Google search. Hey man, I really want to do this. How much do you think I should offer? And she has access to a Twitter account. Given all those things, now she could be like, okay, I want to be famous. I want people to know more about me. I could put up a bounty, a job basically, right? Say, hey, could anyone put up a picture of myself in the New York subway, for example? I'm going to pay you $200 USD. Fair amount. I think that's the amount that people would do it. Then people need to submit the job.
This is all coming from her brain.
A brain
with just an objective of I want to have 100,000 followers, right?
Exactly. No human interference.
And some money on CLICKBAIT wallet.
She just invent jobs.
Has she been scammed or not?
So she sent someone $1,000.
So as you can see, in the past, we have currently we are the ones that are actually employing the agents, but very, very, very soon the agents are going to employ us to do the physical jobs that they can't do, and that's pretty much how the world's going to turn around. I do want to show you another project which is called Spore.fun. What is Spore.fun? Spore.fun effectively allows agents to breed. No jokes. So I want to read you the bottom here, because I think that the bottom there was a part here which actually very simplified it very well. So basically what it allows agents to do is to breed. If the new spawn of the agent actually gets traction and gets over a $500,000 market cap, then the new agent actually goes into the market. So I actually want to see if we can actually see it over here. Let's just go to breeding. Let's see if we can actually see it here. Let's go here. So that's Spore. And what you can see is that it broke up into Adam and Eve. And let me just go here. So it broke up into Adam and Eve, and then they start to have children. And so basically what happens here is that agents start to breed other agents. If the market likes the new breed of agents and it gets a market cap of over $500,000, then it actually goes into the bonding curve, or out of the bonding curve, and I think it actually goes straight onto the exchange. So the rules: AI must only be created by AI. AI must create its own wealth and own resources. Only successful AI can reproduce. Failure means self-destruction. In other words, it won't live anymore. AI must survive in competition or perish. Transparency in all action. So you can kind of see that that's pretty much how it works. I want to just see if there was a little summary here, which I think was very good. And I want to see if I can just find it. Okay. So that is Spore. Spore's got a market cap of $39.3 million. That's effectively a breeding ground for AI agents, right? So that is effectively some of the categories which Jensen Huang actually said would replace humans. And you can pretty much go through them over here. It's aiagentsdirectory.com/categories. And you can pretty much see all the different agents, and you can actually dig into each one of these kind of agents. Now, the agent that I want to dig into the most is the agent that's going to replace me, and that eventually is going to force me to leave Banter, right? So what I did was, after this clip, which I did show you, after this clip went completely viral, what I started to do was started to analyze, what is it that makes me me? Like, what is it that makes me me? And can I really get replaced? Because, it's all about, one thing, it's about clickbait and saying, oh, well, can I get replaced? Can I not get replaced? But the thing is that if you analyze it down to its core components, and you realize that at your core component, every part of you can actually be replaced by something that's way better than you, then you've got to come to the realization that you're actually going to be replaced, and you're going to be replaced very soon. And so what I did was I actually broke it down. I said, okay, let me quickly analyze myself. So what am I? I'm obviously running the study. You all know that. I'm a host and I'm an entertainer. You all know that. I've got a great fucking voice, fucking top class voice. People always talk about my voice. And, they actually don't only talk about my voice. They actually talk about my voice and my accent. They talk about how well, you guys have all been talking about how well I research things and how good my research is. If only you knew. You always think, I've been a great investor up until now, and I think I'm an okay chartist. I've got to be honest. This is effectively, as someone says here, the essence of run, right? So now the question is, if I can be completely replaced in my essence, if every part of me can be replaced by something better, then I'm just going to be replaced, right? So let's go through the easy stuff first, right? So look, just have a look here, right? Look, I'm good looking, right? There's no doubt about that. But I am nothing compared to what AI can do, right? Like, I'm nothing compared to you'll agree, come on, I'll agree. Like, let's just call a fucking spade a spade, okay? I'm good. I'm not this good. So I think on this thing here, let's just say that I've got no chance. So like, no chance, dead, okay? So this, I'm going to be replaced. So let's just call it replaceable. Okay, and then as a host or an entertainer, I know I'm relatively, someone says you got great charisma, you can't replace my charisma. And I agree. I think that right now, things like Luna,
I'm super excited about the podcast. I want to cover the latest trendy crypto news, so our community stays updated. Imagine having a cryptocurrency.
So they're not there yet, but remember, these are like 3-year-old agents, and she can already jump onto a Google Meets. By the way, Luna's got a market cap today of $101 million. She was the first agent that launched. If you want another one, which actually publishes, so that is like here, maybe not yet, but they will get there. They will get there. From a ability to post videos of research on my timeline. I mean, I saw this agent called
to a neat little Wall Street wrapper. Next, they'll prepare
So let's just, I want to just
the entire 21M Michael Saylor collecting Bitcoin like they're Pokemon cards. At this point, MicroStrategy is just a publicly traded Bitcoin ETF with extra steps. Watch him buy the entire 21M.
So as you can see, this agent, and her name is Leah. She's got a market cap of 4.8 million. She basically posts research videos on her Twitter. She's not amazing yet, but at some point she'll be able to do that. When it comes to my voice and my accent, I mean, I think you've seen now that with AI voice agents, I mean, it's pretty easy to replace me, right? Like it's really, really, really easy to replace me. And so here, I think pretty much I'm out. When it comes to research, the truth is, at the beginning, I thought that I had superior research. I really did. But now that I watch things like AI-XBT, and I watch how smart AI-XBT is becoming, and how quickly AI-XBT is becoming this smart, and I watch how much AI-XBT and others have grown in the last couple of months, couple of weeks, I can say pretty honestly that I think that these agents are going to replace us. So when you talk about like, look at this piece of research on I think it's Rollbit. Is it what's RLU? RLUSD. Is this anyway? I mean, let's just go through another one. When you look at the actual research that this bot is doing, and remember what an AI bot can actually do is it does the research, it watches the price, sees if the price responds on its research, and then goes back and does a feedback loop and does a feedback loop and does a feedback loop. So from a research point of view, the truth is I can't process as much information as a bot can process. I can't process as quickly. And so I think here I'm going to get destroyed. So here I'm going to get destroyed. Here I am destroyed. All right, and then that brings us on to the last two parts, which is, you know, if I'm not going to be, if I'm going to be replaced as a stud and an entertainer, and my voice is going to be replaced, and my research is going to be replaced, the question is, can I still beat AI in investing? And I guess that's the big question. And so I want to show you just a few things that are happening in the AI investment world. So you have this fund, it's called, or this agent, the agent is called Sequoia. Okay, now what is Sequoia? Sequoia is effectively, I'll read this to you because I think this is a very good thing. If you are part of the virtuals ecosystem, okay, Sequoia is an autonomous venture capital system. The goal is to create the best performing on-chain venture capital agent. It plans to be the ecosystem fund for virtuals. How does it work? Virtuals builders can submit pitches to Sequoia. The more pitches they submit, the smarter Sequoia becomes because Sequoia analyzes all the pitches. If accepted, investor funds buy, supply at launch, and airdrop 80% to the holders. So in other words, if the Sequoia likes the agent, it buys and drops to its actual holders. And so Sequoia becomes an investment fund. Now, just so you know, Sequoia's got a fully diluted market cap of $59.7 million. And because it gets so much information about so much agents and it can backtest and backtest and backtest, then Sequoia actually becomes a very good investment fund. You want to know how good an investment fund Sequoia actually is? Well, since it launched, it's got a multiple on capital invested of 27.88 times. Now, I don't know about you, but I haven't done 27.88 times return on my money since this happened. So I think from an investment point of view, whether it's Sequoia or whether it's Citadel, now, I mean, I know that a lot of you know the original fund called Citadel, which is Ken Griffith's fund. But this is not that fund. This is another fund. It's a hedge fund. So just if you want to know who Citadel is, Griffin, which is quite an irony because it's Ken Griffin and Griffin, the big AI platform, has launched a hedge fund, which is the hedge fund. What is Citadel? It's a groundbreaking autonomous hedge fund DAO built to integrate AI and blockchain for sustainable financial growth. Powered by Griffin AI, Citadel leverages AI to analyze markets and execute trades autonomously with a focus on blockchain transparency and decentralized governance. So what makes it different? Unlike other funds, Citadel steers clear of risky practices, no shorting or negative market tactics. Its mission to foster real business growth in crypto and traditional markets. And so here you've got another fund called Citadel, and Citadel is the fund of Griffin. Now you can hear this from the actual founder.
Citadel was like the first one that, like, I aped in on DAOs.farm.
Oh yeah, well there you go. That's
I really love those guys.
into a Griffin hedge fund. That's awesome. A funny part.
So that's another one of those. And you can see that I think I've got some return here. So you've got another one called 𝗙𝗘𝗓. We spoke about 𝗙𝗘𝗓 yesterday, where 𝗙𝗘𝗓 is another investor, and they've got not big assets under management, but they're starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger assets under management. So I think what we can say for sure is that as an investor, I'm replaceable. Okay, which then brings us through to the last part, and that is, I can't even beat Sheldon on charting, and now I've got to try and beat an AI on charting. Can I beat an AI on charting? Is there a chance that I can beat an AI on charting? And the answer to that is, of course, a blatant absolutely, absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. Because humans have emotions. And when I look at the charts, and when Sheldon looks at the charts, we look at the lines on the charts, but we also have some kind of emotion. What computers can do is they can analyze their analysis, go back and backtest to see what happened, and then decide whether or not they should make the same mistakes again. But they can do it 1,000 times over, right? They can do it 1,000 times over. And that's exactly what these guys do. So you got Project Nostradamus. They got a token called Amen, $4.7 million market cap. And again, what does Project Nostradamus do? It effectively does on-chain charting. Here it is. So it actually looks at all the analysis and actually does on-chain token analysis, right? So that's one of them. I'll give you another one, which I think is really good. And to be honest, I'm invested in this one. Its name is Zara, $8.7 million market cap. What does Zara do? She basically writes up full analysis. Like, for example, here, UFD is looking bullish at 0.1536. Even with a small dip, RSI is solid at 60.1, hinting at 60.61, hinting at momentum. And buying pressure is up with a net flow of 152,638. Consider buying around 15 cents with a stop loss. With a stop loss, they're aiming for 1536. Now, again, this is a brand new agent, and it's already giving us this kind of analysis. Now, that's trading at $8.7 million market cap. And she is also starting to track volume profiles, net flows. And she does this much quicker than either I can do it or Sheldon can do it or anybody up can do it. So, and they're going to add things like decoding mindshare, tracking sentiment, analyzing developer activity, and capturing vibes. And that's dropping tomorrow. Well, it's dropped. So just gives you an idea of how there's no way that a human can actually compete this. Another one, which I understand is one of the most accurate ones out there, it's called QuantXBT. And that comes from the whole thing of let me ask my quant, right? And so he talks about, for example, Bitcoin technical analysis. So strong bullish momentum with an RSI at 6107, key resistance 105 and 110, support established 95. Structure suggests continuation of upward trend that began in October. Risk management is crucial at these levels. But it's getting better and better and better at actually charting. Now, that one's got a market cap of $17.4 million. And so I think we can say for sure that my charting is easily much better replaced by an AI. And so the summary here says that the truth is probably in less than 12 months, I'm going to need to be replaced, or I'm going to be replaced by an AI. And as I think we've all agreed together, the only thing that the AI can't yet replace is the entertainment. And so probably at this point, it's good for me to say to you guys that this show is obviously for entertainment purposes only, because all the rest the AI can do. I mean, that's all that's left here. So we might as well do entertainment, right? I mean,
podcast jokes.
Yeah, exactly. You see, so I mean, that's all that's left. So that's why I need to leave Banter, and that's why the AI is going to be replacing all of us here at Banter. Before we go, I mean, we may as well just quickly, because I just realized that in all this panic, we didn't actually even look at the markets, not even for 2 minutes. Josh, how are the markets doing? Well, I don't even know why I asked Josh. I could just ask an AI and I'd probably get a much better answer. But okay, well, I mean, just, Oh, I see Bitcoin's dipped under 100K. Okay, just under 100K. Who knew? If only Banter bubbles worked, then we could actually watch the bubbles. Okay, it does work. Okay, nothing really to talk about here except really the fact that there is AI. So that's the story. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe, smash the like button. Otherwise, oh wait, before we go, remember, I'm giving you one more day to load up accounts on Bybit or on Blowfin before we actually start trading the account. So I've got my account set up. To be honest, I didn't get the new password. But from tomorrow, have your accounts loaded up so that we can actually start investing together. So there's a link below on the 𝗙𝗘𝗡 account, and there's a link below to open a 𝗙𝗡𝗡 account. Do it, because from tomorrow we will we'll be trading together. New year, new accounts, new start, trading together. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Until then, trade well, my friends.